just gonna talk. I had some stuff really coming through me. That's why it's kind of hard to do a video anymore. Just because there ain't no point in it. The average individual, they don't even have a clue of what I'm talking about when it's not worth it. This thing, what they have done, not they, but it's a copy of what we are, is what they've done. Like Bluetooth. See, these gadgets depend on a signal. Bluetooth depends on a signal. In order for that gadget to have life, it has to have power too. Well, those birds out there have to have power. How do they're not a machine. How do they make those sounds? How do the bugs make those sounds? The locusts and all that shit. How does that happen? Well, the air. The air is electric. See, all life forms are receivers. See, well, depending on how much air a boy gets, fresh air, is going to dictate on how deep his voice will be as he gets older and goes through puberty. The air is electric. So the air combined with the magnetic field, but the air within itself, when we breathe the air in, it expands the lungs. And when that happens, what we eat, same way with the birds. When we eat whatever it is we eat, the combustion chamber, which is the stomach, slowly breaks it down. Combined with the air, it turns it into the blood. So that's the machine. See, if we're consuming life form as far as herbs, everything from the ground, combined, because each one of them is assigned, like lavender is going to be more of mercurial. Apples will have to do with more with Venus. So you have a female and a masculine. And see, it's like I took some of my lavender and took an apple and I blended it all up and then strained it. And then I put it on some little herbs, some sage and some bay leaves, some cactuses and stuff. And dude, it is literally skyrocketed right out. Well, because even though the apple wasn't from around my location, the lavender was. So what we're doing is we're extracting from mainly the sun above your head, that charge, because it's charging that lavender, it's pulling it out, and the rest of the lights too. So you're transferring the field of the unseen into water, and then put it into life forms, and then what do you think it's going to do instead of just water? You understand? That's why we're never taught about just anything whatsoever. But see, our cells regenerate without you knowing that. There's cells in that battery that runs this vehicle. Well, it's because there's cells in you that run your vehicle, your brain. Every month, the way this system is, a human being, us, we're set up to where if we keep certain fluids in us and we know what to introduce them to the anatomy every month, if you know about the zodiac and this gear that we're in, these cells multiply in you and your thinking becomes more clear, your thoughts, your willpower and structure and everything. You become more be as ye as little gods, as scripture says. Although all Christians will say, hey, that's not what that means. It's like, then you go on with your bullshit. They invented this vehicle that I'm driving, the motor is the cerebrum. The transmission is the cerebellum. The pineal and the pituitary gland is the positive and the negative cables on the fucking battery. That's what that is. The optic thalamus is the alternator. And it's crazy. And that spark, when you turn the ignition, there's a spark that happens with us, with life, the same way. If you're taught about the embryonic stages, which is all in 7, of course, hell no. I mean, listen, let me say something. I want to be real with those of y'all that are awake. Okay? You're in the system so deep, it ain't even funny. Cannibalism is on another fucking level. And what do you think is making these people's heads bigger in their bodies and all that? Well, it's chemicals too, but they're putting something else in it. You're not put on this earth to swell up into all this. Well, they've learned how to shut the cells down. Yeah, to where you can't. Go watch Matchstick Men. That movie's about getting got on some medication. Well, it's the world too. Let me give you a hint. Nothing is real. None of it. None of it works. Your body heals itself. Even being poisoned for generations. It's just like a puddle. If you could dig a 8-foot by 8-foot pond, we'll say an 8-foot by 8-foot pond, a little bitty 8-foot by 8-foot pond, 64 square feet, whatever. And if you could keep water in it, we'll say for a year, even if it's drying out, if you just keep putting water in it, mud and stuff, where there's some birds coming over there, you'll start seeing tadpoles, start hearing frogs, you start seeing crawdads in there, and it's like, you got to ask yourself, but see, you got to observe that, like me and others. Nobody does, hey, go, see, you're a dummy. So when you know that there's nothing in there, and you know what created it? Water. Yeah. And the magnetic field. So once that water's in there combined with the air, even in the midst of being toxic, poison the earth, humans and everything, it's still fucking creating life. And there it comes. There comes the life. They can fucking blow up, burn down everything and just start watering it. Just start, introducing whatever it is they do into the air to create it to rain and shit. They water the dirt, and they already know in time they can create creeks, rivers, and then eventually here comes life, the magnetic field. It's not hard. It ain't fucking hard to see it in no time. And in 50 years, just like where I'm at right here, you're gonna have fucking all kinds of life forms, not just because they've migrated. You're always been told extinct because they don't want you to know that you're a fucking battery and that you rejuvenate and regenerate by its own design. You don't have to do nothing. When this vehicle shuts down and starts sputtering, does it get sick? Does it catch a cold because it's overheating? No. It's because something's fucked up in it. It's because something's wrong. It didn't catch anything. Something's wrong with it. It's because you're a vehicle. So when it shuts down, when it overheats, that's when you get sick. By design. Then you go get shit that don't even fucking work. And then your anatomy heals itself. And then in your stupid Ahrimanic fucking world, you're sitting there going, "Hey, you're crazy, I run it all over me and everything," because you're dummy and you're sicker. Everything's an imitation of us. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all an imitation of us. Everything that you see is an imitation of us. Those cell towers, they control the cells and the anatomies. And see, those cells, brain cells and all that, if they're corrupt from the food you eat and never getting good air and all that, then you don't have fluid in your brain that's going to be good, so you can't fucking think. The only thing you've ever done is fucking I've done what I was supposed to do. That's what slaves say. You've only done one fucking thing or a couple others. So what? You might make a ton of money. You can't goddamn listen. You can't fucking do nothing but other be selfish as shit. And that's Ahriman. Ahriman says, "Look at what I've done. Look at what I've done. I did this. I did this." You didn't do shit. You did what was laid out for you by the biggest fucking slave system ever devised by these motherfuckers. They've been doing this for so long that they had to get it right for this point in time for the transition into Saturn. That's where we're going. You don't know how to read scripture? Nobody does. You know, it warned you, even fucking warned you. And then people say, "Well, man wrote that." And it's like, yeah, well, but there's a group of people called Goy, and they're really fucking stupid. And that's the ones who are the ones against me, the dummies, the ones going, "You see my education, it ain't real. It's a fucking lie. The whole thing's a lie." If it wasn't for toxins and wrappers with smiley faces and bright colors for children and all that, you wouldn't know. You would already know that you'd say that shit's fucking creates diabetes and everything. That's fucking arsenic. And as a child, you cannot understand that you're created to accept that as normal. Even though people say, I don't need to eat so much of that. Well, maybe we should never have done that. But then you go back and then you learn in 3rd grade, that's why they force you to, here, go sell these around the neighborhood. And then every swinging fucking dick and their brother's got to be the #1 seller. Of course, fuck yeah. Then you create the materialistic Ahrimanic deity in that fucker. They can have all this. They can go to 1 million fucking services in their life, church, and never be close to God. Be the furthest fucking away from Him. And the only thing that gives these motherfuckers value is gadgets and money and the illusion of, look at this, look at me, and this piece of paper. That's all Ahrimanic. It's black magic. That's all it is. It's fucking easy as shit too. It's black magic. Big time black magic. Big time. So big that the false prophets and whoever else that they have running these cities, they think that they're getting out of it. No. They're just as fucking dumb as the Goy. They think that they're going to get something on the other side, some kind of reward. Let me tell you something. This fucking thing, the same way that all this thirsts for water to have life, this thing thirsts for our blood to have life. It ain't gonna let your blood just go away. Hey, thanks a lot. Nope, got your soul and spirit too, motherfucker. Because it's Satan. Alright? That's where I'm at right now. Probably don't get much out of it, but I can tell you these fuckers do. I can see everything that they've covered up. Like, what I mean by that is I can see it's been raised. I can see through it. You can see it. Don't understand almost 10 fucking years against their little Medicini inventions, their little black magic fucking potions with numbers on them. And that's what everybody's under. You go tell them, say, look, there's a safer and natural way. Oh, you are fucking crazy. I love these fucking things. These are so good. And those chemicals is Ahrimanic. It's Ahrimanic. Alters the brain. It's insane. They want to know what in the fuck's wrong with people. It's like, it's what you're eating, your meds, your fragrance. Listen, I'm going to do another video later, and we'll talk about this black magic book. And it's going to show you everything you need to make a ritual, or to perform a ritual. a seance, if you will, or whatever. And it's cologne, fragrances. Oh yeah, it's all kinds of shit. And these old men, if you've gone like me, I can smell my neighbors 5 houses down when they're doing laundry. Not because it's outside, it's because my senses are so heightened because of not having that shit in my system for almost a fucking decade. And people are so stupid. It's like, how can you not understand that? That shit is fucking toxic poisons. Fuck, look at these damn children now. 17, 18. The old inflatable place I was at. They're coming into work at 7 in the morning, going in there and to the freezer and getting fucking licky icicles, ice pops. I'm 18, but I'm fucking 5 years old in the head. You ready to go work? Yeah. And with a McDonald's fucking mixed milkshake with whipped cream and sprinkles on top. Their mama just got them. Here you go get some more diabetes, dummy. It is fucked up. These boys are good that's done this. But we're bigger. What's inside of you is fucking way bigger than all this nonsense. But listen, this ain't stopping. Listen, they're already there. You don't understand. It's the fucking matrix, the web of deception that you got to come through. And truthfully, the connection that I have to the unseen is what they're allowing to happen. It ain't every day that some fuck up drunk is just laying in the middle of their hospital with no hope at all, dumb as fuck at nothing. I mean, has a good background as far as, restaurant, but with nothing. Broke as shit, nothing at all. Not dead. Fucking dead. And then did all that shit that first year, and then after that, did those pictures and then sent it in. So the unseen sent that shit into you motherfuckers. So I'm in the middle of it. This physical form. It said, hey, I'm out. And see, when that magazine company ran that article, listen, online, that shit fucking blew up overnight. That's what, it had like 10 million provisions to where, like, even if somebody didn't read it, it was seen by 10 million overnight. And then that's when they put it in some magazines and shit. And then that's when my group got together and sent shit into everywhere. White House and different places, fucking CNN, Fox. Nothing. Not a fucking word. Not a word from any of it. Not even, hell yeah, that's some good progress, but no, we're not going to deal with it. Nothing. Even to the White House. We sent one to the fucking guy, Steve, what's his name? He's an alcoholic, and he had like 20 years clean, because we said, look, we're lifting up the whole nation, and whatever we get, we're giving it to fuck-ups, EMTs and everybody. Police, black, fucking. That's why we didn't get nothing, because what's in me knows what they were fixing to do before they fucking did it, called them out on it, bam, they did it. Everything that we said to do was the opposite of what they was going into. So what's in me? Foreseeing the fucking future, gave it to them on the fucking pictures and said, go eat a fucking dick. We're still here. You can't fucking do it. You have literally, I know the in-depthness of what you've done. They don't. And see, every time that I go past certain places and I see things in my eyes and my vision sees it, I grow strong. I can't explain it. Listen, there's all kinds of streaks. I hadn't drank sodas in 37 years, 36 years. You know what I mean? No pills, none of that shit in almost 10. No drinking in almost 10. No TV. As far as like news, that's been 5 years now. None. I run out of the fucking room wherever I'm at. You don't understand. It's black magic. Those images register in your brain, and then when you're overwhelmed with so many pictures, it paralyzes it and then captures the subconscious and normalizes Satan's pictures instead of like, holy shit, look how awesome nature is. Look at that. We're going into fall too. There's some melted structure everywhere. And yeah, crate, just look, you can see it. It's leaning over right there. It's leaning over. And of course, they're just digging it out. We're gonna sell some of it and make some money. I know it, dummy goy. It's fucking stupid. These goy, but there's different levels of goy, buddy. That's what I'm saying. There's different levels of them, different levels of these goy. So I gotta go. I love you.